Welcome back to Riverbend Springs on Farming Simulator 25. It's episode 37 with me, MrSealyp. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back again. Of course we are. It's still July 1. It's just gone 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I have got a pea harvest contract. We're not going to make a lot of money on it, and we probably won't have even left over on it. But it doesn't matter. We've done a green bean one. We did a spinach one. Haven't done peas yet. It's on a field I don't think I've ever been to. It's like a little secret. I don't know really. It's a secret hideaway. I mean, you'll see in a second. Haven't got any used machinery to sell or anything like that at the moment, or buy and sell. But I did do a few contracts, so money's up a bit. My stuff at the biogas plant, our biogas plant, didn't sell again. When we went past 2 o'clock, didn't sell. It can't be every other hour. That seems a bit weird. I did get a message from Farmer Manu, which I read. I was kind of inundated. There was all sorts of stuff going on, and I don't think I read it properly. It's to do with the inputs and outputs. And it's this, I said this before, when the game first released, I couldn't figure out, because these used to all be independent. So you could set any of the things you were doing, or your outputs usually. Your outputs you could set. Now somebody said to me, oh, it's always done that. I don't think I'd ever noticed before. But I suppose because the menu's changed slightly, but you could change your output, and you can have it to storing, distributing, or selling. And my panic was, if I changed that one, that's fine. Selling, distributing, back. If I change this one, everything that's got the battery icon on it changes as well. Distributing, storing, selling. Now, I suppose I should have done some testing on this. It didn't even cross my mind to do some testing on it. I'm sure if I go back and reread it, which I will do, the message from Manu was that if you're changing your output to whatever, but it won't change the input. Whilst it's saying input changes, if I change that again to selling, my worry is that on the next hour, everything that says selling will sell, which means everything I've put in there to run through the biogas plant will sell. So I'll sell all the silage, I'll sell the straw, everything that's in there will sell automatically. But if I've read Farmer Manu's message correctly, it should just be the outputs that will sell. Anyway, let's head off to this secret field. You can take my crops, but you'll never take my pedum. Yes, of course. You know the rules. There has to be at least one. No, it's not even a dad joke. That I don't know what that was. Terrible. I do like this little Deutz. It's very cool. Yeah, this field here, look, I've done all sorts of stuff on that field there, 77, the one up on the hill. As we go over the brow of the hill to the left, I've done some cultivating ones and some fertilising and spraying and whatnot. But there's this one just here. And to be fair, I suppose you look at the map so much and it never really occurred to me. We come through the sawmill and there's this little field tucked away. Just through here. Stop there. That'll do. Yeah. Between the railroad and that embankment and the road, there's a couple of fields up there and the road runs up there. If you go onto our map, yeah, just, and I suppose you zoom out and I've had contracts all on these. Just I haven't been here at all, not for anything. I'm looking at, I mean, there are some fields I haven't done contracts on, obviously. I think there's maybe a couple of fields here I haven't. That one we did with MrSealyp. Was that one? That one? Oh, I know. It was that one, wasn't it? So there are a couple here and there I haven't done contracts on. But for the most part, I don't think I've done one over there. That one I haven't touched. But all of these pretty much have done something on. Yeah, isn't it weird? Hidden Valley, I suppose not Hidden Valley. The train goes past it all the time. Anyone on the train could look and go, oh, look, there's a field there. Anyway, so I do this pea harvest. Let's get this done. Like I said, it won't yield particularly well, I wouldn't have thought. So what I probably should do as well. Let's go back to our contracts. Where am I even taking it to? Specified. Oh, sell your soul. Oh, the extra sell point I put in was one of the Schultz modding ones. I'm very proud of myself. I called it in Schultz Supply. Yeah. Anyway, this is going to sell your soul. So we know where that is. That's not a problem. Anything left over, again, we can store. I'm still considering the preserved food factory. I think we might do that. Because we have got a few different items. And whilst I know I said this a couple of episodes back, that I got sidetracked doing the new sawmills, and then I put in the biogas plant. So then rather than selling the products we're getting from our greenhouses, we could run them through the preserved food factory. Do some various different things there. Still haven't done rice again. Someone said to me the other day, you haven't done rice on your Let's Play. I missed the planting window. Like I said, it's the thing with running seasons. If you're doing seasons, you are beholden to the planting and harvesting windows. You can't do it outside of that. Had I been doing a Let's Play and not had seasons on, yeah, I would have jumped all over that. As soon as I thought, you know what I haven't done yet? Next Let's Play, Calmsden had its update. And Pallets came out. I did the Pallets map tour, and someone messaged and said, you know what, that was a map on 22. I was convinced you were going to do a Let's Play on, and you never did. And I'm really torn, because I have to say, Pallets, it's a beautiful map, really, really nice. And my concern now, of course, as well is, again, I know a lot of people said, oh, I'd love to see you do a Let's Play on Calmsden. I'd love to see what you've done on it. Doesn't matter what other YouTubers have done. They put their own style, their own spin on it, their own thing. But I just don't know if going on to Calmsden now to do my own Let's Play is a bit behind, so far behind everyone else now that I'm not sure people will be interested in watching. My die-hard fans, but the Sealy peeps out there, of course they will. So I'm not sure really. I do love the animations of these things. It's difficult, isn't it? Because I know some people said the problem with doing beans, peas and spinach, the machines are all the same. They're not all the same. They are, I mean, I suppose at a glance, because they're big and they're yellow and green, but they're not the same. Well, that's a small tank. I was not expecting that. Is this a pipe out job? It is, isn't it? Yeah, I was finding that the Let's Play thing, running 2 like I used to when I was a younger man, I was getting, not confused, but it was difficult to keep up with 2 at a time. It was difficult to keep track of what I was doing. And even though you're doing different styles of farming, every now and again you'd get that weird situation would happen where on one Let's Play you might be an episode where you've decided to do some logging and forestry, for example. And on the other Let's Play you're doing, it happens that you've swung round and you're just about to do an episode on logging and forestry. And they both happen at the same time on both Let's Plays. And it's just the nature of, you know, like I said, I don't, I'm one of those people, I don't plan. I know there's loads of guys out there that will plan their videos, 5-10 videos in advance, what they're going to do, exactly how they're going to do it, what couldn't they do. I just fly by the seat of my pants. I just play the game. I just enjoy playing it and just, yeah, don't really think too much about it. I probably should really. And with that, we are done. Off to sell your soul. I have a dilemma. I'm not quite sure what to do about tomorrow, because tomorrow's Valentine's Day. And MrSealyp and I are going out. We don't go out very much. Llama was, we FarmCon and Llama. It's really the only times we go anywhere. We used to do our kind of monthly. We'd go out for dinner or something. We haven't really been doing that for quite a while. And I've mentioned before, my daughter's boyfriend's dad owns a restaurant. No, well, he owns a couple of restaurants, but anyway, one not far from us. And it's an incredible place. The food is phenomenal. It's just, it's awesome. They're doing a Valentine's Day sort of thing, and they've got live music, and we've been there a couple of times. They do jazz nights, and they did was it an 80s one? They do like discos, but they have live music as well, and that kind of thing. So anyway, they're doing a Valentine's one. So myself and MrSealyp are going out Valentine's night, which we haven't done for quite a while, in all honesty. The problem is, of course it would always be, Farm Dog's got a vet appointment. He has an annual checkup thing. That's at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and we're supposed to be leaving to go out for dinner about 6. So we've got to get into town, rush hour, get out, then get ready, and then go out for dinner. Fine, Valentine's night. And I said, you know what's going to happen? Giant's going to do one of their massive mod drops, aren't they? And it's going to be, it'll either be they're going to do it like lunchtime, and I won't have enough time to get it all done before we've got to take Farm Dog to the vets, or they're where am I going? Straight on. Or it'll be a late one, and it won't drop till like 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock or something like that, and I won't be able to do anything about it. At the end of the day, I mean, if I have to do the mods on Saturday, I'll do them on Saturday. It is what it is. It's finding that balance, isn't it? And I've always said MrSealyp is just the best. I mean, absolutely the best. Supported me and my channel and everything I do for so long. She's such a massive supporter of the channel and what I do. And we have sacrificed a lot. She has sacrificed a lot, especially in the sort of early years of the channel. And like I said, we went, 4 years? Never had a holiday where I didn't take my PlayStation away, and I still do. I took it away to Llama, and I'm glad I did, because on the second day my back went, and I then stayed in the hotel room, but I made the mod reviews like the previous couple of days. It's terrible, isn't it? That's what you end up doing. But I just thought, you know what? It's not even a dilemma, is it? I'm saying it's a dilemma. It's not. It's not like I would say to MrSealyp, they've dropped mods, we can't go out tonight. No, that's not happening. We need to go out. We need to get out. Have a meal together. It's just nice to be able to spend time where you can just sit and chat. No distractions. Even just Farm Dog being about, or at home, if we have dinner at home, which we have done a few times. Sit at the table, cook yourself something nice, and the kids are in and out. And I keep saying kids. People are like, they're not little kids. They are our kids, but they're grown-ups. With boyfriends and whatever it might be, and you don't get a minute's peace. So it's nice sometimes just to be able to stop and breathe in, have a chat. Right, keep an eye on this as this goes down. Once it goes contract complete, I'll stop unloading. There might not be. It's what I have found, which is curious. So it's not very much at all. I'll just let it go. But wow, are we even going to complete the contract? There we go. Yeah, there really wasn't enough to worry about. We earned 2,077 on top, which is pretty good. What was I saying? I've lost my thread again. Doesn't matter. Yeah, that worked out right, didn't it? So we can complete on that contract. Let's complete on that. Collect. As always, there's a wood transport contract available. We're knocking our way through these again. What time is it? Oh, I was going to do that test, wasn't I? If I can get back to... Oh, you idiot. Of course, I've returned all the equipment because I completed the contract. I've got to walk now. Got to trudge back. I'll do that testing. If I save the game, set both the things to selling, and we'll see on the hour if it sells everything or just the outputs. It should just be the outputs. If it's not everything, that doesn't make any sense at all. Like I say, it's weird because I know when I was doing my very first videos when FS25 came out, and I was looking at productions and all the new stuff, and when I was and I said on one of the videos about that, and it didn't even dawn on me. Oh, you should probably test that. I just haven't. Anyway, see you back at the farm. Let's try this out. Oakley, and there's people that are already commenting. There's people already hammering away on their keyboards. It's obvious, you know, or you should know this by now. No, I haven't checked it. I haven't tested it. There's people that already know because they've already tested it. They've already checked it. They've already done it a gazillion times. I haven't. And if you haven't, this might help you with a bit of information. Again, it doesn't hurt, does it? I'm not causing any mayhem. I'm not causing any problems for anybody. So those are both set now to selling. I have saved the game. And what I'll do, we'll just jump into 3 o'clock. And then what's that, 6 minutes? Money should have gone up to 91. That has to have sold. It has to have sold, but that's a big jump up. So my concern now is, nope, we're good. Manure's still in there. Silage is still in there. I topped up the silage and the straw because they were getting a bit low. We did run out of, that's a good point actually, we ran out of, stop doing that. We ran out of slurry, so I need to turn that off to deactivate that. So yeah, that is fine. Even though that one there, if I change that, it's changing all of them. It would appear, because looking across at the top, I've still got straw in there, still got silage, so it didn't sell everything. Thank you, Farmer Manu. Your message was enough to just give me that nudge over to test it. And it did all sell because it's now saying at the bottom, outgoing products, electrical charge 135, methane 8, which means everything that was there sold, and it's now gone back up again. That's good. Also, I mean, it's not going to be for a while yet because we're only sort of a little way through, in all honesty. But our playground equipment, again, at some point, I would say at some point before midnight, that'll be done, and we'll get another 90 grand into the bank account. I'm surprised we haven't had anything else on here. How are these looking? They're not looking too bad. I was thinking, surely by now we should have some more products come out of these. They're not far off. So I've got to decide what to do now. I'm at a bit of a loose end, really. I was saying about this. I'm in a, and again, all these dilemmas. What a day. I'm looking at larger cultivator for this, for cultivating jobs. Oh, that was the other thing I was going to do. Our plough is 6 metre we went for, didn't we? We can go 9 and 12 on that. So if we upgrade that to a 12, that's no problem at all on the back of that. So ploughing fields will be a lot quicker and easier. So we get ploughing contracts sorted. That's absolutely fantastic. We really haven't had many, but if we do get any, I want to swap out the cultivator because that one we bought is just ghastly, horrible thing. I don't like it. It bounced and missed stuff. It was a waste of 20 grand. Yeah, I want to get a different cultivator. We are working our way through our concentrate. We are getting through it. But my other thing as well is I'm thinking, considering, and again, it's going to depend on finances, of course, as it always does, upgrading our harvester. Maybe getting the newer Massey. And the thing is about it, it sounds great. I love this harvester. It looks great, sounds great. 8,000 litre tank, which for a small harvester is pretty good. When you look at the harvesters that are available at the moment, the newer Massey is only an 8,600, so you're only gaining 600 litres. And the price difference is quite a lot. This is 100 and something, and I'm pretty sure the newer Massey is 265. I mean, we can actually have a look. I'm saying that, and we can. Let's just have a look. Yeah, that's 104,000. Yes, the horsepower's lower. 8,000 litre tank. That's an 8,000 litre tank, but jumps up to 226. That goes up to 265. These are both the same for all intents and purposes. You know, Agco, but you know, differently branded. 265 grand for an 8,600. So you'll gain 600 litres for an extra 161,000. So my argument then is, if I'm going to sell that and buy that for 161,000 more for 600 litres, why don't I just buy another one of those and run a double fleet? Admittedly, you've got 2 harvesters, 2 times the maintenance, 2 times the fuel. Yeah, I get it. But that takes us from 8,000 litres to another number that's double that. 16,000. My mind, I was just like, that to me makes more sense. Although I'm looking at that thinking that is really nice looking. It's, you know, it's weird. It's got, because it's very thin at the back and it's raised quite high. This is one of the ones, isn't it, that adjusts for the slope angle? I'm sure it does. It looks very insectoid, I think, at the back. So is that just me? So I don't know what to do. If we get another 90 grand, we can afford another one of those and another header and run 2 old harvesters. And there are some harvester mods knocking around, but they're all newer stuff. They're all, we've got a couple of John Deere's. We've got another, or the John Deere T6 is out, isn't it? T500s, whichever one it was. We haven't really got a lot of old stuff yet. We're not into that realm where you've got some of the old ones that are really cheap with, you know, 8, 9, 10,000 litre capacities, which I like. Don't get me wrong, I like the look of the Evian, but it's the same capacity as that. Horsepower difference, 250, 258. So, yeah, again, that's a big jump up. Don't know what to do. So I'm looking at, as far as cultivators go, I think I might go for a disc harrow, which I know people say, you never use disc harrows. I might go for that. The Dalbo power jump, we could do it now, actually, couldn't we? Take the other one back and replace it. That takes us, we went from a 4 metre to a 6 metre up to an 8 metre. Only requires 108 horsepower. We've got the class. We could go bigger, of course we could, but I'm thinking price as well. You know what? I'm going to do it. So what we're going to do now is take that other horrible thing back. I had a few people messaging me when I said about the mower not working on the back of the class. Quite a few people direct messaged me saying it doesn't work because it's a front mower, it's not supposed to be in the back. I did say, and I had shown it already on this Let's Play, I ran it on the JCB. I think I might have run it on the AgroStar as well. It worked front and rear. I had no problem with it running front or rear. It's still mowed. It did it both. No problem whatsoever. I think it might have just been the hitch height. And I know it's designed really, because it's a big mower, to work on things like the voucher and stuff, where you can change driving direction. So it goes on the back, but then you drive it forward. But it just did not want to work on the back of that. It has worked on this, front and rear, no problem at all. The last 2 mowing jobs I did, I had it on the back, and it ran no problem at all. So I think it's got to be the hitch height. Anyway, let's get rid of this cultivator. I'm going to take it back to the store because it'll be worth more than if I sell it on the old interwebs, eBay, you know. Online farm shop, whatever you want to call it. And I tried this front and rear mounted as well. I know it's a front cultivator. I suppose I should give it a wash, but I don't like it, so I don't care. I'm just going to get rid of it as is. I'm going to throw it in a scrap heap somewhere. And apologies to the modder. But I don't know. It didn't work for me. Maybe it was the tractor combination, but let's be honest. They should work on anything. And if it is the ground deformation, if it is there was too much bounce on the tractor, again, how are you going to know that your tractor isn't going to be too bouncy until you've bored it? It should just work. I tried it with and without weight, and it just, yeah. Not a fan. So the Dalbo, what am I doing? I meant to take it with the other one. All I need now is a cultivating contract to come up and I can test it out, the new one. We'll get some money back towards that. What was that, 43? Don't want to customise it. I want to sell it. There we go. There we go. Bit of money back. Okay. Please tell me by some chance a cultivated contract's come up. No. Okay. I'm going to go back, have a cup of tea, cup of coffee with Walt, and we'll discuss next steps. I might just skip ahead till tomorrow, don't know. That probably would make more sense, considering I haven't got any farm work to do. I've got, like I said, a wood transport contract, but I always have those. Maybe we'll have some more harvest contracts. Maybe there'll be some more machinery available to buy or sell. We should have our 90 grand from our playground equipment. What I'm trying to do as well is build up the playground equipment. At the moment there's over 4,000 litres of long planks, which if you're starting from scratch will do 2 complete builds, and I'm at 6,000 litres of normal planks, and 8,000 will do a full build. So because we've got our faster sawmills, I'm trying to build up enough stock in there that we can probably let that run for 3 or 4 cycles maybe without having to replenish it, so that then anything the sawmills produce while that's doing that, that's all just profit. I can sell all of that. But again, that's the plan moving forward. And if we run out of stuff at the biogas plant, we run out of stuff at the biogas plant. It's there, so when we build up more stock, we can put more stock in. I'm not going to be necessarily actively searching things out. We put this in the main barn actually. This is too long to put on the outside. Is it too tall? Oh, we should be right, shouldn't we? Looking forward to getting to grips with that. Right. Time to make some decisions. What to do next? It's just gone 10 PM. And I had some stuff to deliver, so I thought, you know what we'll do? Let's deliver the stuff. Oh, nice. And then what we'll do is we'll take this over here and we'll add this in, because this is actually looking pretty good as well. Very pleased. Like I say, we can stock up. There we go. Spin that around. Beacons off. How are we looking? Yeah, not far off. We've got one more bar at the bottom, haven't we? 1, 2, 3. One bar at the bottom. I'm trying to think what else gets added. I think that's it. And then that'll pay out 90 grand. Tell you what though, pays out 90 grand, that'll be 250 something. Plus I've still got, biogas has got a little bit left in it. I could probably do with putting some more silage and some more straw in it. We're almost out of manure, but I suppose I could go and check and see if we've got any manure in the pile. And our multi-grain production is chugging. We could be in a good position for a new harvester. I might have a look. We'll have a look in the brochures and see what's available. That, you know, we're moving in. I say we're moving into harvest season. Like I said, I seem to be getting pea, beans, and spinach harvests. Anything else, I'm not getting. I'm not getting wheat harvests or barley harvests or anything like that. They seem to be jumping either straight ahead to straw collection or straight onto weeds, or it seems very odd. I'm not quite sure why. These will stay as they are now. When we go into the new day, they will all go blank again. Deadwood will probably stay on there, possibly stone picking, and then the others will gradually pick up over the course of the day, which is what normally happens. So we'll just judge it tomorrow and see what comes up. If our grass is long enough, it might not be a bad idea to make some hay. Oh, I meant to say earlier on, you know, I said in the last episode, and someone messaged and said, your fermenter does fermenting. I was like, yeah, because I said about going in there and producing hay. I was thinking of the wrong thing. I was thinking of the old production that Omatana had, but that did all of it. You could do silage and hay, and you know, it doesn't do grass to hay. It will do grass to silage or hay to silage, but doesn't turn grass to hay in there. So yes, no, that's not going to work. I can't produce it in there. I'm going to have to make my own hay if I'm going to make it. So yeah, possibly by the morning we'll have a load more lumber to bring up as well. Timber, lumber, it's always the same thing. Depends where you are. Stop coming for me every time I say it. Depends where you are in the world. Right. Baling contracts. Done. I'll collect on that at the moment, which is fine. That one was for water, so we're alright. We can keep the bales. Water doesn't mind. We have got a pea harvest underway. We have hired a worker. We're up over 300,000. I've got my next trailer load of wood to go over to the playground manufactorum. What else are we about? Oh yeah, the harvester situation. You know, when I was working for the FIB, which I'm not anymore, I quit, if you recall, and I was looking for nefarious activities. Well, I found some. I found some nefariosity, and it's not good. So I was looking at the harvester situation. I was thinking, oh, you know what? There's got to be something in the brochures, something a little bit cheaper. And I found something. Oh, well, that's pretty cool. That's, you know, shall we have a look? So I'm still seriously considering getting a second one of those. I just think that makes sense. We'll run two. Why not? But if for the same price you could run one bigger one, now admittedly it won't be a 16,000 litre, but if it's a 10 or something like that, that's doable. So I went into the brochures, like so, and I was looking under the harvesting stuff, which I was showing you earlier. So, like I said earlier, 265 grand there for 8,600 litres. So I had a look through and I came across these. Look, 205,000, 216,000 for S700 series. I was like, even if I have the lowest horsepower, that one starts at 7,080 litres and goes up to 19. That one starts at 10,060 and goes up. So I thought, you know, if I was going to spend 265 grand, I'll spend 216 and get, you know, that makes perfect sense. Until you click on here and look at the bottom, it says 280. So, huh? Why is it 280? Engine setup, 52,400. I don't want that. I'll take that off. Nope. It's 52.4 or 95.3, and you have to have that. So it's not 216 grand. It's a scam. It's outrageous behaviour. They're sucking you in with a nice big old thing up there saying harvesters from. Yeah, all right, but it's not from, because you can't have that option. If the wheel's set up, I think if you change it to, what was it? If you change it to Michelin, that brought it down to a 0. The other ones on there will all charge you something no matter what you have. So Michelin was the only one that didn't. Fair enough. But then if you go onto any other tyre option or you go onto track, something like that, it's going to charge you more. Which you expect for tyres and things, I understand that. But that, you have no choice. So even with all that off, I'm looking at 268,400 flat before I do anything. So I thought, okay, well, what about the cheaper alternative then? 205,000. And that was a bit better. Grain tank extension, I might want to go up because that starts at 7,080, which only puts me up 1,000 on what we got already, just over. Which, fair enough, we could do that. Engine setup isn't so bad. The S760, you're not getting charged for. And if we do the same thing again, we go to Michelin's there, we're at 205,000. So I thought, okay, now we're all right. 7,080 litre tank. If we go for a grain tank extension, that one, 24,970, takes us up to 10,572 litres. That's doable. And I thought, you know what? We might do that. 229,970. That's a bargain. Don't get me wrong, that's a bargain. However, these harvesters don't come with headers. So you'd have to get a standard. When I say a standard header, 10.7 metre is 105 grand. There's a big jump up from these at 35, 42, 48. So I thought, well, if there's a John Deere version that's around 8 metres, because we'd be going up already, jumps up to 105. So that takes us up to 330. I mean, we're way over 300. Leaves us with no money left in the bank account anyway. And then I go back to thinking, well, if I'm going to do that, why don't I just buy one of those and run two? So yeah, I think that's a bit naughty. Did I talk about that when we did when I did the mod review? Maybe. I just think that's a bit. That's more doable. There is another. Have we got any harvest header packs? I might have to have a look and see if I can find a cheaper header. The narrower John Deere version. Because I mean, 100 and something on top. I don't know. It just gets too expensive. We have got all of our monthly, yeah, I suppose monthly, hydroponic greenhouse pallets. So they're good to go for sale. I still haven't decided what I'm going to do about the thingammy, the preserved food factory. I haven't decided on that. Actually, we do need to probably go and check on that harvester, our pea harvester. So I'll do the same thing again. Planks will go into the playground factory. The rest of these will be sold for a profit. And what we'll do is whiz out across the field to the pea harvesting. I don't know why it still, not staggers me, but still, I think it surprises me. You walk past and you suddenly see something moving out the corner of your eye, and you forget how cool that is. Oh, it does need emptying. Right. Done a fair bit on this one. This pays out all right. I don't know if we'll have anything left, and this pea harvest is going up to the farmer's market. So we're going to become local peedom fighters. You're welcome. First one was free. That one I charged for. Now, it just goes to show as well. I was going to say this actually, because I hired a worker straight off the bat on this one, and I always get, you know, people get quite. Why do you always go around the field the wrong way when you start harvesting? You should always go around the field with your pipe pointing out, so that if you do fill up, you can unload. Well, here's the thing. I hired a worker, and what did the worker do? It went around this way. So when it was full, the pipe was in on the crop. So it's not just me. I know hired workers can't be trusted and all that, you know. Oh, I might have just made an absolute... I have found lately, if you stop a worker part way through, sometimes getting them to go back to where they were is something of a problem. I don't know what to do about the harvester situation. I really don't. You know, I'll go and sell all that stuff, and I reckon those pallets will be about another 20 grand. We've just gone past the house, so we're going up a little bit more again. Do you know as much as I thought we would? Considering I've got the, unless our multi-grain has run out potentially. I know our biogas plant had. Welcome to July 2 as well, by the way. Sorry, we're into July 2. Yeah, our biogas plant had run out, so I've put 2 loads of straw, 2 loads of silage, and what little bit of manure we had. So please carry on from here and don't do anything daft like go across the field in another direction and decide you're going to do something else entirely. Be good. Right. So we will hop out. Now that carry on, which means this is full and needs to go up to the farmer's market. We have a full load. So what do I do? What do I do about this harvester thing? I'll take this up to the farmer's market, and then I'm seriously heading. It would be cool to have a new big, you know, especially not necessarily the T560 series, but the S series. It would be very cool and it would be bigger, but it would wipe us out completely. I am more of the feeling of getting a second smaller one. I'm also curious, because I haven't done it yet, is when it comes to harvesting, if we get any harvest contracts come up and stuff, running 2 harvesters. So hiring a worker, setting our things so it skips a row. So our worker will do one of the rows and we do the other. Because I haven't tried that yet. I think that might be quite interesting. So I think I'm almost certain. It should make harvesting easier, shouldn't it? Whether we get a larger harvester or we have 2 running, we'll get harvest done quicker. We'll have more grain capacity or crop capacity anyway from 2 harvesters. And I have been hiring workers a lot more to take equipment and machinery to and from locations. I'm using that system far, far more than I ever did on FS22, which is good. I don't know why I didn't on 22. I was just stuck in my ways, I guess. Anyway, I'll see up at the farmers market. We'll unload this, and I'll see how much of the crop delivered it would be saying. And I think we might go to the store. Oh, no, I need to sell the wood. We'll sell the wood, and we'll see where we're at. I know there'll be people, oh, you should get a new one, and we're at that position. There aren't that many available. There is a T560 pack that has 2 headers, but the headers in that pack are expensive as well. There's a 630 and a 635 John Deere header, but I'm sure they're up over 100 grand as well. So, and to be fair, I probably could get away with mismatching. I could put a different header on, but for me that would I couldn't cope with that. I think my OCD, I would freak out. Properly freak out. Right. You know what I said about hiring workers, and I've been doing it more. Something dawned on me. Why am I driving this up here? I could be getting on with other stuff and I could send a worker. So now I've come up here anyway to watch it because I'm curious to see if it will do its thing. So let's do that. It should turn in, should unload and head back off again. I mean the vehicle, not the person's not an it, obviously. And then when it's on its way back, I'll go and do my log delivery, not log delivery, my wood delivery while it's unloading. Please, money, don't go up. Please be at the right sell point. Come on now. We're good. So it says top right for how much delivered. It's very cool. Like I say, this I don't use enough, the delivery side of things, and I should do. So I say 58. Okay, that's not bad, is it? No, it's set to looping, so there we go. Get in. I know I get excited about silly stuff, but at the end of the day, it's cool. I know it doesn't always work as well as it should or could do, and sometimes they get hung up on traffic or they get caught on things. They're not perfect, but from what I have been using before, I've had very minimal problems. I'll just say that. Well, I just had an absolute result. Sold all that. And came back past the cement works, and I had loads of stuff for the cement works, which I've been taking up to the grain elevator museum. Came back through past here so I can check on the pea harvester, and came back past the sawmills. I had another long planks and other wood beams, and the price actually at the grain elevator museum is pretty good. So I thought what we'll do is on the way through to there, we'll check on the pea harvester. Tractor came back, no problem at all, so that all worked really well. So I might set that again. I might do it next time. Actually, to be fair, we might be full next time. I could send it off to sell, couldn't I? So on my way through to the grain elevator, I'm going to stop at the store and we're going to purchase our second harvester. I am going to go down the second harvester route. I mean, had there been more options available, potentially I would have gone down another route. We're up to 336. I mean, I could have borrowed a bit of money from the bank. I'm going to get this money for this, and I suppose maybe longer term I might regret it, but if I do, I do. But for the time being, I think, like I say, but I want to try out that thing as well. So it's as much a test as anything else. I probably should have these running. All sorts going on. It's brilliant. I'm curious as well. I wonder how that worked, because I would run multiple harvesters on harvest contracts if I had multiple harvesters, before, and because you could set them off at different angles, and they would go the way you'd set them. You had your kind of your cardinal points, and they would go in that direction. Obviously, now with GPS and stuff, that's all different. The other thing I haven't done at all, I haven't tried to run 2 harvesters, hired workers on the same field. Where will they both end up? Where will they go to if you start them off as... Yeah, I don't know. Haven't tried that either. Anyway, right. So we want that. I'm going to keep it exactly as it is. 8,000 litres. Why not? Let's buy that. No colour options or anything. And then we want the header that goes with it. Do I want to change the sign colour? No, I don't. Let's leave it as it is. And then we want the header trailer that also comes with it. There. And we've still got 201,000 in the bank. It's double harvested time, baby! Happy days. Like I said, I love the sound of this anyway. Is it a false economy? Is it a mistake? Is it a, you know, yeah, maybe. Whatever, Steve, stop it. And then I'll get that back over to the farm. I think it's been quite productive. I want to get that pea harvest finished. Let's drop to that. Whoa. There we go. Did that reset the harvest, the reel? Because I never touched the reel from when I purchased it. Oh, I'm way off. There we go. That'll go back over. Right. Oh, nearly grew a full grain tank already. I need to speed up. Got so many things going on. It's awesome. This is where I want to be at. I want to be busy with different contracts and have enough equipment and machinery that we can start hiring workers now and sending workers off. That I can be committing to multiple contracts. Like I said earlier, in whatever episode it was, I'm doing each of the contracts myself because I'm trying to make as much money as I possibly can. We're in a position now where our productions and things are making money, so that now, and again, we're building up our equipment and machinery. We're getting some bigger stuff as well with the new tractor. We just bought the new cultivator. We bought the new cultivator. I forgot about that as well. Double harvester. I suppose at some point we might need to go for a bigger trailer, but that doesn't matter at the moment. We're fine. And I can send stuff off all over the shop. We are heading back to the farm with our second harvester. Pea harvest is complete. Well, I say complete. The pea harvest itself is complete. I've hired a worker to deliver up to the farmer's market. So the worker is trundling their way up there as we speak. I'm going to put this... Actually, I might need to move that cultivator we bought. Why not? I'm going to put this into the barn next to the other one. So what I might do is actually move them both. We'll do a bit of manoeuvring while we're waiting for that other one to deliver, because it will come up contract complete at some point soon. As we go past here as well, you'll see that I did fill in most of the gaps in between, so that is pretty much, there's a couple of little bits here and there, solid poplar, which is what I was aiming for. So I'm thinking our wood pile is dwindling, I mean, but we have got quite a lot of stuff from that. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put the other harvester over a little bit, and considering this is what's going to be yoiking the other thing around, I think what we'll do is hook it up onto that. I wonder if we can fit it down that side one maybe. So move that out. See, it might be too tall actually. Next thing to swap out, I think it's going to be a seeder. Get a new seeder, and again with that, we haven't got many seeder planter options. Sometimes we had the ones that did everything, which saved you money because you have to have a separate seeder and a separate planter. But I think getting a bigger seeder would be better. Again, we've had a few seeding contracts, and I think these sorts of things, it depends how you're playing the game, but more useful and relevant if you're running no seasons, because you're running through all those different cycles more often. But then, to be fair, I don't speed up time. I don't jump ahead as quick as a lot of people do. Some people run at 5 times speed, some at 10, some at 15. Some will do one job a day, then they'll skip ahead, or they'll skip ahead 2 or 3 months, or they'll go literally from harvest to harvest to harvest to harvest. They'll do all their prep work, all the planting and whatever they need to do, but then they'll skip ahead to the next harvest, and they might jump through 3 or 4 harvests in the first, 2 or 3 episodes to get to a point. It's like, well, we've earned money from harvest to buy our first bit of equipment. Somebody also asked me, said I tend to go very contract heavy, and I do. How would you play the game if you're not going contract heavy? If you want to go more realistically, I was asked. I said, well, the thing is about it, if you want to go more realistically, oh, look at that. I mean, obviously one's looking a little bit better than the other. A lot of farms, and again, I'm not going to make any sweeping statements, but a lot of farms, I wouldn't say most farms, borrow from the bank. They will have vehicles on long-term leasing. So they might have a bank loan for it, and they might have that vehicle, or they might have a hire purchase scheme or a payment plan with the local dealership. So they might have a harvester for 3, 4, 5 years. Then that gets traded in, and they redo it again for the newer model. So yeah, borrowing money from the bank is not unusual. I tend to avoid doing it, but if you want to buy a big piece of equipment, a big ticket item, realistically, that's the way you go about doing it in the real world. Not always, because there are a lot of big farms and farm estates and stuff that run some big equipment. Not all of it's owned, but I'm just saying, that's kind of where we're at. I'm just looking at contract harvesting. It's not saying complete yet. It's what we can do, though. We can go into here. Oh, yeah. It is there. Unloading, it says. 97, 98, 99. Contract complete. Bit extra left over. 3,900 something. Not bad. So our pea harvest then is complete. We can complete on that one. Excellent stuff. So I've got a wood transport. I have got a fertilising job. I was hoping one of the fields we did the pea harvest on, that big one we've just done, I want that to come up for cultivating, because I want to give our new cultivator a bit of a go. But anyway, that's it. Different harvest that I've done or haven't done previously. We've made a bit of extra money. We bought a new cultivator. We bought a new harvester. All is good in the world. I hope you've enjoyed the episode, and if you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.